The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, thanks for joining us at the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Puckham. Every week at this time we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 of Monroe County. Let's begin as we always do with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, the East Rochester girls basketball team, quietly 16-1 playing in the Wayne County League and winning its championship for the first time this year. Maddie Walsh had a 19-point game against Sodas to clinch that crown. Number 2, the HFL cross-country ski teams, which swept the Section 5 titles. Not too much of a surprise there. The boys snapped a 3-year Pittsford Mendon run. How deep are the Cougars on the girls' side? In the 3-kilometer skate event, HFL's B team won, finishing ahead of the A squad. And at number 1, this has to rank as one of the great comebacks of all time. The Irondequoit boys basketball team trailed Canandaigua, a very good team, by 17 points with just 2:41 left. The Eagles went on an 18-1 point run. Zach Stingline scored 10 of those 18 points and tied the game with a 3-pointer coming with just 5 seconds left. Irondequoit won it in overtime. Wow. Which brings us to Eastridge, where Greece Odyssey High School celebrated perhaps its best athlete ever, the 2K kid, Karissa Birthwright. Through her first 116 basketball games, all of them as a varsity player, the daughter of Curtis and Lisbeth Birthright has averaged just better than 17 points a game. Carissa arrived on the scene just weeks past her 12th birthday.
She tried out for what, I thought was the JV team. And then, she really impressed me and my assistant coach. And so I actually went over to her house and met her parents before she got off the bus one day, and I talked to her parents about her playing for me on varsity.
Yeah.
And so when she got home, we talked about it, and I said, I'm kind of asking her to play varsity, not JV. She goes, oh, I was trying out for varsity.
Birthright quickly grew into a leadership role.
I've coached for a few years, and as a 9th grader, I made her one of my team captains, which is pretty young for most people but I recognized her leadership then, and, sort of just went with it, and she took the role on very nicely, and people were comfortable with it. So, she just earned it.
Getting to know myself better off the court helped me to adjust to playing with older girls, and now I'm the oldest, so I get to do everything that I had done for me when I was coming up.
Birthright is now a 6-foot senior. She played a game at Eastridge last week, just 17 shy of a 2,000-point career. It was a single-game point total she failed to reach only once this season. Birthright now averages 27.
I think the number one thing about her, she doesn't force things. She's very unselfish. Even though she scores all those points, it's not always about her. She makes her teammates better, and I think that's what makes her hard to cover. If she was selfish, we'd be able to contain her, but she always make the right pass when you double her. So I think that's probably the most important thing about her game.
Birthright had 14 points at the half. She reached her 2,000th in the 3rd quarter.
Each year I try to add something new, definitely. That's my dad's little rule, that we add something new to my game every year. I mean, when I was in 7th grade, I was shooting in 2 hands, and now I'm try and do some dribble moves and stuff. So I think just adding something on to my game every year was how I've been trying to improve.
Carissa is believed to be the first since Arcadia's Megan Schoenecker in 2007 to reach 2,000 points. Birthright wound up with 27, including 2 game-winning free throws in the final seconds. The Leopards are 13-4 and a postseason threat in Class B. Her future includes college at St. Rose in Albany, a major in psychology, and basketball. What do you see in the mirror?
I see someone that's developing and growing every day. I mean, I take it day by day, and right now we're taking it game by game. Just in this basketball season alone, I mean, my team has grown. Last year, all these girls, it was a lot of their first times on varsity, and now the second-year players. I've been honored to help them progress and grow like I did. So.
Carissa just the week before broke the school's single-game scoring record by scoring 42 against Greece Olympia. When we return, the road to redemption takes us to the Class B Swim Championships, and later on, a complete coverage of that event in our all-sports high school game of the week, when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Thanks for joining us. Time now to take a look at our honor roll of high school athletes. For the week just passed, at number 3, the great Yanni Diakomahalis won his 3rd straight Meet of Champions wrestling title. The 4-time sectional champ is just a sophomore. He has a career mark of 173 wins and just 3 losses. Number 2, Arthur Phan of the Pittsford swim team, swimmer of the Class A sectional meet, winning the 200 IM and participating on 2 winning relays. The Panthers won their 13th straight championship. And at number 1, the Swagler brothers, TJ, Tanner, and Jeff. They are the East Rochester Alpine ski team. Just them. But they won the Class B Section 5 team title. Jeff was the individual champion and will ski in the States. Which brings us to Webster, where the road to redemption for an HFL senior was found in the water. It is a road less traveled by, the road to redemption, and rarely is it navigated so effectively by one so young. HFL Senior Paul Tobin is the Section 5 Class B 50-yard swim champion, edging Canandaigua's Alex Bryan by 8/100ths of a second in record time.
Final 50-yard freestyle. Take your mark.
I missed swim season last year because of basically health issues, and I've been doing a lot of work outside of the pool as well as in the pool, and it's basically like me getting sober and being able to come back to the sport and work really hard and be able to come back a new person.
So what was this health issue?
I was dealing with addiction, to be honest. Addiction, like drug addiction, and I went to rehab for a year and came back a new person, and it's been great to be able to be sober. I'm sober a year and a half now, and it's an honor to be here.
He's come back from, a really tough experience in his life. He hooked up with some kids that he probably shouldn't have hooked up with, and got doing some things that he shouldn't have, and his parents were, caught on and sent him away, and spent a year out on the West Coast at another school, and came back and he was ready to roll.
In addition to winning a sectional crown, Tobin was presented the Donna Jean Mooney Award for devotion to the sport of swimming, and so much more.
By demonstrating gratitude, working hard, and genuinely enjoying himself in the pool.
Coach Scheckler made the case for his kid.
Just that what he's been through and how he came back from really, the dark side. He came back from the dark side, and he's been a leader. I mean, our team loves him. I mean, they just think the world of him, and he has done everything right.
Look at you now. I mean, this is really quite the story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it's just great to be able to come back and, you know, win the 50 and be able to just know that I've done my best in and out of the pool.
HFL also claimed the team sportsmanship title. Coming up later in the program, our all-sports high school game of the week returns to the pool in Webster for coverage of that Class B meet. Kim Burnson joins us next with our Make the Grade nominee when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Making the Grade segment where we honor high school athletes for their performance both on and off the playing field. This week we honor Lauren Chester of Greece Olympia for making the grade. When it comes to athletics, schoolwork, and leadership, Lauren goes above and beyond. As a senior, she's captained her varsity soccer and basketball teams and is a first-team all-county sprinter for track and field. She's received all-county status in all 3 of the sports she plays. In fact, the first honor she received was as a sophomore playing varsity soccer. Her notoriety doesn't end with the sports she plays. She's also a member of NHS where she holds an officer position as treasurer. It's there where she does most of her volunteering, arranging meetings and community events, and also finds time to help coach travel soccer. To add to her already impressive resume, Lauren is a member of her high school symphonic band where she plays the flute and piccolo. Next fall, Lauren will continue her athletics at the collegiate level as a member of the RIT women's soccer team. She plans to pursue a chemical engineering degree as her field of study. Recognized for her hard work and commitment to excelling in everything she takes on, this week Greece Olympia's Lauren Chester is making the grade. If you have a nomination for our Making the Grade segment, we want to hear from you. You can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson. Now here's Bill with a look at our Section 5 calendar.
The twice-postponed boys Section B bowling championships are at Gates Bowl on Monday, beginning at 9 a.m. The girls at Fairport and Greece Athena won titles last week. Athena's Diana Mortarana had the high series with a 10-72 for 6 games. It has been a great winter for snow. The Alpine Ski Championships take place at Whiteface Mountain. Our top local skiers this year were Jake Hopfinger of Pittsford Mendon and Gigi Visale of Webster. The meet goes Monday and Tuesday. And Sunday, one of the great days on the local sports calendar, the Section 5 hockey final triple header. The games at 3:15, 5:15, and 7:30 at Ritter Arena at RIT. Some of what to watch in the section this week. Back to the pool for our all-sports high school game of the week when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat. I'm Bill Pucko. There's more to swimming in Section 5 than just the Pittsford Dynasty. There's Class B to consider, and we do in our all-sports high school game of the week. This is the Class B Sectional Boys Swim Championship. 10 teams running the geographical gamut from Eastridge to Geneva to Hornell are here. Among the athletes were 13 from World of Inquiry Vanguard, the only swimmers from the city in the section. They're not winning any races, but they medal in representation.
I think one of the things that really needs to happen is starting early. So we started with the modified program. I really made sure that I was drawing guys in and just recruiting actively, getting out there. A lot of students want to swim, but there's kind of this feeling that they should be playing basketball. So they just, once they're convinced that it's cool to swim and they can have a good time, and once you get them in the pool, they have a great time with it.
The most exciting 21 seconds of the entire meet is the 50-yard freestyle sprint. HFL's Paul Tobin in lane 5 on the left against the favored Alex Bryan of Canandaigua in lane 4. He posted the top qualifying time by 1/100th of a second. The championship heat was much faster. Tobin winning at a class record 20.20 seconds.
I've been working for that 50 all year long, and I knew he was Alex Bryan. He was going to be really good competition, and you know, I've just been doing a lot of sprint work and mentally preparing. It's 90% mental for me.
Double the distance, however, and it's a different story. In the 100, same two swimmers, same two lanes, different result. This time, Brian, who had been a backstroker and IMer, won by better than a second.
I've actually done a lot more strength training this year, so I've really built up my stamina. So I'm able to, not use all of my energy up the first 50 and have some extra left the second 50.
Is it taxing doing those two events in a relatively short time?
Yeah, this is the first year I've actually done it. I've never been a sprinter really. And the last year I did the 100 freestyle, but I've never really done the 50. So it was a change, but it was a fun change.
The longest race at a high school swim meet is 500 yards, 10 laps, 20 lengths. There isn't much drama associated with this race in most cases. Everyone knew HFL's James Baker would win. The only question was by how much, and could he top the time posted by Tim Drake of Pittsford the day before? The answers were by 12.42 seconds over teammate Harper Coleman, and no, Drake was a few seconds faster. Distance swimming and distance swimmers are different.
The guys who go up and back are much more hype. They're a lot more energetic about it, more enthusiastic. The distance swimmers usually have a much more calmer demeanor, more in control, more relaxed, but both aspects have their props.
You're comfortable with that, right?
Yeah, it's okay with me. That's always been who I am.
The Monroe County Division III Swimmer of the Year is Noah Stevens of Brighton. He does the breast and butterfly.
Usually fly and breast are pretty compatible with each other, and free and back are, but it does take a lot of energy mentally for me. So I usually go up to the blocks about like 15-20 minutes even before my race just to get in the mindset of it.
In the 100 fly, Stevens in lane 5 left swam against another of Canandaigua's finest, senior Sean Carberry. Carberry scored the better time in the prelims, but Stevens won the race in meet record time, 50.61 seconds. In the 100 breaststroke, Stevens is virtually unchallenged, establishing another meet record and winning by 3.5 seconds. Noah earned Swimming of the Meet honors for the second straight year.
It was a great day. I was excited how I swam under the conditions I'm in, and the next step is state. So hopefully that'll be a good experience for me.
Awesome day.
The best of the swimmers here will take their talents to the state meet in Ithaca next week. Canandaigua can celebrate now. The Braves owed largely to the efforts of Brian, Carberry, and outstanding depth, won their second straight Class B crown.
This year, our younger guys really stepped up. They saw how bad the older guys wanted it just from winning last year, and they were like, we're going to do our part to get to the championship. So they really did their part.
How's doing it again measure up?
Come on, you never get tired of it. You never get tired of winning. Nobody does.
A nice touch. Coach of the Year honors in Class B went to Maggie Thomas Freeburg. She is the Brighton diving coach for helping to develop Scott Lazaroff, who is headed on scholarship to Auburn University.
Thanks to our partners at the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again next week.